wonderful opportunity. My name is Christian Townsdin, and my one-day hack is called the SynthoBioResearcher. It's, let's share that. Do we share it up there? Great. It's the intelligent assistant that unlocks insights from data. So what's the problem we're trying to solve? Research bottlenecks. Biology researchers, pharmaceutical researchers, they've got all these documents, right? They look a bit like this. Evaluating CRISPR-based prime editor for cancer modeling, et cetera, et cetera. You get the idea. All those documents, right? And they got to keep up to date with new research. Or maybe you're a grad student and you're just starting with a new PI and you want to get up to speed on what they do and how you can fit into the program. So this is the kind of tool that might help someone be able to do that. So GraphRAG is really great for this kind of use case. It can power the research assistant. It builds the knowledge graph. We're not just keying in on keywords in documents and like trying to match how GraphRAG is very powerful for building a knowledge graph. We want to empower scientists to ask complex questions in natural language. Let's go to the demo. So actually I kind of like talking about the architecture a little bit. So what we've done is we've built a tight corpus of 7 documents. They're all around a theme, which is prime editing, which is it's a different form of CRISPR-Cas9 that's popular now because there's less intellectual property right problems. And so you take the XMLs, you parse them into text documents, you feed them into GraphRAG, which is amazing. Thanks for letting us use that for the hackathon. We build a Flask API in front of it and React Vite UI. And Copilot really helps a lot. So that was great. So here's an example of the simple UI I built. And there's a little bit of lag, but you ask your question and it's querying the GraphRAG database. So this is a really broad question that's going all across that knowledge graph. There's the communities. It's going to gather a lot of data, and it takes a minute. While it's doing that, why don't we look briefly at this nice scatter graph. This is a scatter graph of the GraphRAG database we put together. In the event that it takes too long, I was going to say I have a backup plan, but there it is. So that's the start, right? And that's kind of a general question. GraphRAG's great. It's giving us citations that you need. Right? But you can ask more in-depth questions like, oops, it refreshed. Well, we're going to have to do it live, but I hope it works. Grab the big question. Here's a more interesting question. And this demonstrates like the power of GraphRAG. So that's loading. Let's keep moving. I know we're on a short time frame here. Okay, so this is a great local connection. I asked my wife, who works at Thermo Fisher Scientific, to help me with the topic. And we all know there's a lot of biotech in Seattle. So here's an example of what we pulled up here. Yeah, I'm really impressed with what you can do with GraphRAG. I hope you are too. The opportunity and the impact. If you're doing drug development, that's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Anything to accelerate your drug development or drug discovery would be high impact. And it's great for human impact too, right? In this scenario, we're imagining that we're accelerating the development for a search for a permanent cure for cystic fibrosis and diseases like it. That's because it's a single gene that we can attack with this technique. We can edit that gene. So, future vision and what's next for the project. We really need to understand our customers and how they would use it, how we would provide maximum value to them. If we're providing really good value, they're going to pay for it, no problem. So we need to find out how best to scope and size and tune the GraphRAG. What are the tooling could we build around it? Could we build like a positive feedback loop to make this better and better as we go? Build MVPs, get in front of customers, gather feedback, find product market fit. That's my talk. SynthoBioResearcher, the intelligent assistant that unlocks insights from data. Thank you.
We'll open up for 2 minutes to questions.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Any questions?
stop
Sure.
Fred Hutch from doing this in-house?
What's to stop Fred? That's a good question. Maybe we partner with them, because maybe they have a lot of data that's not public yet that we could fine tune it to their situation. Also, they just may not be experts in this. Also, I'm not sure exactly how many GraphRAG databases we build, how they're going to be tuned. Finding that right size and shape is a good question. And we want to build that feedback loop, right? Make it better and better, because every time they upvote something or click something or research thing, they seem to find what they want. We want to feed that back into the knowledge graph to make it stronger.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Hi.
Hey, what do you think is going to be the experience, should be the experience for loading in documents in the corpus for a given researcher?
Well, I was daydreaming about this, and maybe we can co-opt our customers, especially the first few, to help us, guide the product, right? What would they be most interested in? I kind of like this scenario where the grad student is coming in to work for the new PI, and he wants to get onboarded quickly. It's analogous to when you're a developer and you want to get onboarded quickly, right? So that could be one way where, what are they searching for? What do we, the first few customers are going to be pretty white glove treatment, I think. So I hope I answered your question there. We could talk about it more after the talk, maybe.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks. One more.
So, how accurate your graph RAG is?
How accurate?
Yeah. So we all know the RAG is not 100% accurate all the time. Research says it. So then if you are having probably 7 pages of documents, and then how you are confident that okay, it will be always accurate? Because when we go to the industry application, that time we can't do any mistake. One mistake can be probably $1 million. If you want to go in industry application with a GraphRAG, so how do you select how accurate is it, or should we go and use it?
I think it's about accuracy, maybe a little bit about hallucinations and things like that. We definitely want to have good citations, and we definitely benefit from the knowledge graph in GraphRAG to get more accurate results than normal. But definitely if we could provide them links to the source material to help them, or the sentence in the source material. We can talk more about it later after. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, everyone, give it up for Christian.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up we have Omar. Christian, I'm sorry I didn't read the description to your project.
That's okay.
Okay, but I'll go ahead and do this while Omar is plugging in up here.
Omar is also part of the enterprise track.
Okay, this project is TimberGem. The TimberGem project is an intelligent copilot for the construction industry that transforms static, complex building documents into a dynamic, queryable digital twin. I would mirror your screen.
Mirror? Instead of
Absolutely.
extend?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely mirror.
All right.
I'm gonna put this guy in your laptop.
So we want to do.
If you need to use your audio,
Yeah.
you're just gonna put it there.
Hello, everyone.
1 second.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me just get everything going over here.